Hi, this is Mark Winegar and learning HTML. We're just starting lesson number 2 and we'll get into a little bit more of the syntax of HTML. We'll have a series of podcasts, each one showing you a very important tag. And the first one deals with headings. Before we look at the code, let me say that there are only 6 different sizes of headings. They range from 1 through 6. Now, heading changes the size of your characters, but also makes them bold, or what some people might refer to as strong. Now, this web page, we've started with our old friend HTML. Like every other web page, we start turning HTML on and end turning HTML off. The first section is the head, not to be confused with a heading. You can think of this as the header of the file. And there's only one thing that we're doing in this head, and that's we're setting up a title to display along the top frame of our browser window, and the title will be example of headings. Then we come into the body. Remember, it's those things in the body that will appear in our web page. Here we have our first example of a heading, H1. H indicates that it's a heading. The number indicates its size, 1 being the largest size. And then I've got some text there, and I tried to be a little cute and think of a sentence that used the number of the heading size. And so for my heading 1, I'm saying, there is only one of me. Then I've got another heading, and this one is an H2, which means it's the second largest heading size, and its text will be, my wife and I make 2. Now, notice also that these headings are toggle tags. We have a start tag and a stop tag. Here I've got a heading of the third largest size. And the text there is, we have 3 pets. Then a heading of the fourth largest size. I have 4 brothers. My 5th heading is the 5th largest size. Actually, we're getting to where we might say the second smallest size, and it will be fairly small. And the text of that is, there are 5 days in the work week. And then finally, at the smallest heading size, I'm saying my wife has 6 sisters. And that's at heading 6. My wife has 6 sisters. Now, below that, we end the body and we end our HTML. Now, just so you have a feeling for the size, I'm going to just move in and I'm going to type in a sentence that says, this is normal sized text. Okay? So we can compare the size of normal text with that of our 6 headings. So let's go ahead and let's save that out. And I'm going to minimize my code. And down here, I have the headings.html file on my desktop. In the bottom right-hand corner, I'll click on it, and there we go. I'm going to blow up my text a little bit, which is a nice little feature of a Macintosh. So you can kind of read the bottom line again is our normal size text. And you can see that my wife has 6 sisters. Our H6 heading is actually smaller than normal text. For that matter, there are 5 days in the work week. Looks to be just a tad smaller to me. But you'll see, if you look closely, that all of these examples, whether it's the top one, H1, or the last one at an H6, they're all bold-faced. The characters are made of darker than normal characters, so they stand out. And that's the whole point of a heading anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and quit Safari, which is my default browser. And let's go back and look at the code again. And I'm just going to point out one last time one example of a heading. Again, it's H followed by a number. The number 1 through 6 indicates the size of the heading. And it's a toggle tag, so I have a start tag, whatever I want to appear in the heading, followed by a stop tag. If you have any questions, send me an email.